Here's a quick review of the Anderson Homes solar project. We have a customer here, Mercury Plastics. They've done 5 different projects with us. The main reason is they needed a roof, a commercial roof, and they didn't really want to write a check for it. So in this case, they used the power company funding, but they also wanted to get the incentives to offset as much of the cost as possible. And here's why they did it. $1.9 million funded project minus 1.8 almost worth of incentives. So the incentives covered all but 119,000, and they saved 73,000 per year. And by using the power company money, the project never went negative. Most businesses are making their product, not worried about finding the incentives. That's where we come in and we find the incentives. And we've been doing that since 1985 with different commercial upgrades. And because of that long relationship, we were able to get power company funding so they can fund the cost of the roof, the solar, the whole combination, switch gear, things like that. No payment until the project's fully completed and turned on, and we offer that funding as an option. So the largest incentive is a 30% dollar for dollar tax credit, followed by bonus accelerated depreciation for both federal and state. And Trump is cutting that tax credit, but it's not too late to lock in these credits. As long as we get the project started, there's a safe harbor program that allows it. He did change it to 100% depreciation in year 1. Some states and power companies offer incentives, but Missouri does not. The equipment we use is Bloomberg certified Tier 1 equipment. So our panels are assembled in Georgia. Nothing comes from China as far as we know. Everything is made here as much as possible. And they're building a new plant right now to have it 100% produced in the US. This customer did the roof and did not combine with solar. And they loved the project, but they missed out on, in their case, it was a 40% tax credit on the cost of the roof by not doing it as a combined project. So with your project, we realize you're going to use quite a bit of power tools and things like that. So we did not have usage, but based on that, we maxed out the size of the solar system. So it's 411 panels, 3 inverters, and the way it works is it's a weighted ballasted system. So there's no holes in your brand new roof. And we usually go around the outside if possible to tie into wherever the meter is and where they would install the meter. And hopefully that's enough energy use to cover what you guys use there. So the system size is 242 kilowatts. We guarantee this production number, 321 thousand kilowatt hours. We guarantee that for 30 years. And based on that, we're saying this should save you around 32,000 per year. And if someone asks, what are you guys doing for greenhouse gas emissions? We plug in this 321,000 kilowatt hours per year in the EPA website. That's where it gives us 228 CO2 metric tons. So the solar project costs 553. And if you give us the cost of your roof that you're already paying for, that roof qualifies for this 30% tax credit as well. So you get a dollar for dollar credit on the cost of the roof too, at least the portion that's covered by solar. So this number will go up when we actually get that number from you guys. And with Trump's bill, he changed it from 60% depreciation to 100% in year 1. So these numbers will get better once we have that roof cost. So the solar cost 553 minus total incentives 323, not covered by incentives 229. So then you save 32,000 per year. So if you do the roof alone, there's never an ROI on the project. If we put the cost of the roof in here, which you're allowed to use, you would get a larger tax credit. So when we get that number, this project has a 7-year ROI, and that's without having incentives from the state or power company. But give us that number and we can change this, and that will lower the ROI probably a couple years by separating the cost of that roof. So it does take a little while to get the interconnection and all these things approved, but we go as fast as possible to get these things done. And we did have a customer, Kloss Distributing, had a 5-year ROI. They did have a pretty expensive roof, and the whole solar project, $2.2 million, had a 5-year ROI, and they were a little skeptical, so he gave me a little testimonial.
About a year and a half later, we can say never paid a dime for anything. Got over $2 million worth of solar equipment on the roof, and we're going great. Jim and his team at Revenue Task Force did a great job finding money everywhere between incentives and grants and rebates, tapping into federal money, state money. The energy companies are offering an incentive. So it was really, really a great program. Really happy with what we did here.
And with that, thanks for listening.